"Don't come to your brother's wedding," my mother said, her voice colder than I expected. "It's just better this way." I stared at the message for what felt like hours. No call. No explanation. Just a simple, decisive line on my screen. My hands trembled, but I didn't reply.
Not yet.
Maybe not ever. I could feel the breath leave my lungs slowly, like my body was trying to process the humiliation before my heart fully understood it. I wasn't invited. I was being excluded by my own family from my own brother's wedding. The same brother I once stayed up with all night during his college exams. The one I drove across state lines to rescue when his car broke down. That brother. I blinked, forcing back the sting in my eyes. The silence of my apartment suddenly felt too loud. They didn't want me there. Not even as a guest. Not even to sit quietly in the back row. I placed the phone face down on the table and whispered to no one. Okay then. Growing up, I was always the background character in my own family story. If Daniel, my younger brother, was the shining star, I was the quiet moon orbiting around him. He was loud, charming, reckless, and adored for it. I was calm, consistent, always the one who remembered birthdays, who cleaned up the messes he left behind. At school award ceremonies, I'd win for academics, but all the attention still landed on Daniel for most likely to be famous. At home, if I cooked dinner, it was expected. If Daniel folded one towel, he was praised like a hero. I never resented him for it. Not really. I just kept doing what I did best, being dependable, being invisible. When Mom got sick, I was the one who drove her to every doctor's appointment. When Dad lost his job, I took a second one to help with bills.
Daniel?
He posted a photo captioned "Family First" and flew to Miami with his girlfriend the next day. Still, I never said a word. I thought love meant sacrifice. I thought being the quiet one made me strong. When Daniel got engaged, I offered to help with planning. I designed the invitations. I found the caterer. I even paid the deposit for their venue when the original payment bounced. No one asked me to, but no one stopped me either. Not once did anyone say thank you. Not once did I ask for it. Because deep down, I hoped that one day, just once, I'd be seen. Not as a backup plan. Not as the fixer. But as someone they genuinely cared about. So when the message came, when they told me not to come to the wedding, it wasn't just rejection. It was a lifetime of being overlooked, dismissed, used, crashing all at once. They didn't just forget me. They erased me. 2 days after the initial message, Mom called. Her voice was carefully neutral, like she'd rehearsed what to say. "Emily, it's just easier this way. Rachel's side of the family is very traditional, and after that little disagreement last month, well, it's just better if things stay calm." That little disagreement she mentioned? I'd asked why I wasn't listed as a bridesmaid after doing almost all the behind-the-scenes work. Rachel didn't take it well. She told Daniel I was making things about me. I apologized to keep the peace. Apparently, even that was too much. "It's not personal," Mom added, as if that made it hurt less. "We just want the day to go smoothly." I could hear my breath trembling through the receiver. I waited for her to say something else. Anything. But she didn't. "I understand," I said softly. Not because I truly did, but because I knew nothing I said would matter. Before she hung up, she added one final blow. "Honestly, if you showed up, I don't think Rachel would even let you in." There it was. Final. Brutal. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't beg for a spot at the table I helped build. But something inside me cracked, and in that space, something else quietly began to grow. Not hate. Not revenge.
Clarity.
I didn't respond to any more messages after that. I didn't send angry texts or try to plead my case. I didn't tell anyone how much it hurt. I just stopped. Stopped calling. Stopped offering help. Stopped showing up for people who only noticed me when they needed something. I canceled the recurring payment I'd been sending to help with Mom's medication. I removed myself from the wedding planning group chat. I deleted Rachel's number. Then Daniel's. Then, finally,
Mom's.
I didn't make a scene. I didn't post cryptic quotes on Facebook or subtweets on Instagram. I simply chose peace. And for the first time in my life, that peace didn't feel like loneliness. It felt like freedom. My phone was quiet. My evenings were empty. My calendar, for once, belonged to me. And in that stillness, I realized something strange. They'd always made me feel like I wasn't enough, but the truth was, I was too much for people who only knew how to take. For years, I thought being silent was a weakness. But now I was silent, and it was my strength. I had finally stepped away.
Not to punish them,
but to protect myself. About a week after the wedding, I received a message request on Instagram from someone I didn't recognize. Her name was Lauren, Rachel's cousin. "Hi, Emily," it began. "I know we've never met, but I just wanted to say, I'm really sorry for how you were treated." I blinked at the message. She went on to explain that she had flown in from out of state for the wedding and had heard everything. The last-minute uninvite, the way Rachel dismissed me like I was just some clingy relative. But Lauren had also done something no one else at that wedding bothered to do. She'd asked questions. She told me how she discovered I had designed the wedding invitations everyone complimented, that I had arranged the tasting appointment the couple boasted about, that I had covered costs no one acknowledged. "My mom said you were the one who got Aunt Marie the specialist doctor when she got sick last year," she wrote. "She told me you called every hospital, stayed up all night researching." I stared at the screen, stunned. Then came the sentence that broke me. "You're not who they said you were. You're so much more." I didn't even know I was crying until I saw the tears fall onto my shirt. Lauren didn't owe me anything. She had no reason to reach out, no obligation to stand up for me. But she did, without expectation, without performance.
She saw me.
And that was the moment the illusion shattered, the one I'd lived under for years, where love meant silence and loyalty meant self-abandonment. Someone from the outside had seen what the inside refused to, and it changed everything.